Blade Runner, one of the greatest sci-fi movies of all time. And while Hollywood wants to remake just about all of our beloved properties, this one actually seems likely to pay off. It looks like it's got everything going for it. So why did the trailer make me sick to my stomach? That's coming up ahead on Hero Journalism. Hello, Internet. This is Hero Journalism, and I'm your host, Forcade. Welcome to the Art of the Trailer, where we analyze the craft and execution of the marketing of cinema. You know, usually movie trailers are a bit removed from the creative process of films. In big studio pictures, the ad campaign is managed by the marketing department. It's completely separate from the filmmaking division. The writer never has any input, and usually not even the director. But still, it's a creative process in its own right, and there is an art form to it. And today we're looking at the new trailer for Blade Runner 2049, which premieres in October. I know many have been skeptical about the production. It's only natural to be wary. It is a legendary property. The fans are protective. But I think just about everything I've seen so far has been pretty cool, what little they've shown, and I even like that. I don't want them to give away too much, and that brings us to the new trailer. Now, I guess this gets into spoiler territory, sort of, so consider yourself warned, but I don't really think I'm revealing anything that the trailer didn't. Actually, I thought the trailer was awesome. Imagery and music was fantastic, but I was blindsided by the last little bit. Let's take a look.
I always told you, you're special. Your story isn't over yet. There's still a page left.
So, Ryan Gosling's character is special. Well, I think most people would say that makes them think that maybe he'll turn out to be a replicant. Of course, because it reminds most of us of the first Blade Runner film's Deckard as replicant theory. If you're a Blade Runner fan, you know the theory. Ridley Scott planted clues in Blade Runner that suggest Deckard himself is a replicant. The theory was confirmed around the year 2000 in a series of interviews Scott gave, and then made canon in the 2007 final cut of the film. The replicant theory, of course, has been debated among fans and film scholars for decades, and for the majority of that time, it really was just a theory. The evidence was scant. The movie only suggests the theory in a few snippets of dialogue and images, and we don't really find out he's a replicant until the final minutes of the film. So most of that discussion of the theory came from those fans and scholars. The film itself didn't really comment much on the topic. Which brings us back to today. It was a few months after the project had been announced that it suddenly dawned on me. If Harrison Ford is going to be in the movie, then it had to develop the concept of Deckard as replicant. This time the movie would be starting with Deckard revealed as a replicant. It had to be a concept the film would explore, if not the driving component of the story. I was suddenly excited with the new possibilities the story could present. And then right off the bat, 6 months before the film comes out, the second trailer is already implying that Ryan Gosling's character also could be a replicant? If you're going to do that mystery, why drop it now, so early? The movie comes out in October. Why reveal it at all and not save it for the movie? And it's especially baffling coming from Ridley Scott and director Denis Villeneuve. Like I said, directors sometimes don't have the power to influence ad campaigns, but Ridley Scott is a living master of the medium. If he doesn't have the power over revealing a major plot point or mystery, then who does? And even though Villeneuve is a younger director, he's already established a track record of credibility both on the art house circuit and with the studios who've taken notice of his first two studio films being huge hits at the box office. Between he and Scott, I'm just stunned they let this trailer be released, and they're both known for maintaining secrecy of their films, lest any plot details be leaked, which is another reason why it's surprising they did it. Now, the idea of that happening to Gosling's character in and of itself isn't shocking. He follows Deckard as the protagonist of the sequel, so it's not surprising he could go through some similar character beats. But why point this out? Why lead with this? The primary thought or memory of the original that most people have going into the sequel is Deckard as Replicant. Why distract from that? And with a plot point that could make people think it's just a repeat of the original. I'm not suggesting it is. I don't think it will be. I'm just thinking in terms of the artistry and marketing techniques of a movie trailer. How does this make it better? I don't know if Gosling is or is not a replicant, but I sure wish the mystery had been saved for the film, and I went into it only wondering about one Blade Runner that might be a replicant, not two. It's not the end of the world, but it's definitely a bummer. I wish they hadn't have done it. Regardless, I'm still pumped for the film. Scott and Villeneuve are two of the top sci-fi forces in cinema today, despite a few Scott missteps, and I can't wait to see what they do with this film. So, what did you think? Did you like the trailer? Did the ending disappoint you, or am I reading too much into it? Be sure to chime in with a comment below, and come back to Hero Journalism for more Blade Runner analysis, as well as other films and television shows. I'm 4Kade, thanks for watching, and please give us a like or subscribe.